With his rookie season, Victor Wembanyama has cemented himself as the next superstar of the NBA that could change the league's trajectory forever. After having one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time, his potential is still unclear. His 7'4" frame and his versatility at all levels of the game makes him unguardable and one of the best defenders in the league at the same time. He is a creative player on the court and is a true alien. He lived up to all the expectations and blew right past them in his rookie season. He is truly a one-of-one player, an alien. However, for the past decade, the NBA has been leading up to a player like Wembanyama to dominate the NBA on court and for marketing. While he is a generational talent, Wemby is a final product of 9 years of player evolution that the NBA was facilitating. Before we dive into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. In 2015, Dirk Nowitzki was clearly at the twilight of his historic career. Coming off of his last non-legacy All-Star game, Dirk, while still a solid player, wasn't a superstar at his age 37 season. But there was another European player that was coming up into the league just around this time that looked to take over for Dirk. Kristaps Porzingis was drafted 4th in 2015 to the New York Knicks. After met with some heavy skepticism, his rookie campaign quickly turned the haters silent. His ability to stretch the floor at 7'3" was unseen before, and his shot was unblockable. His ability to improve his offensive role and game while also staying consistent with his defense allowed him to earn his first and only All-Star appearance in his 3rd season. He was the original unicorn in terms of unique skill sets, and being a young star in New York, it looked like his career was only going to skyrocket from here. However, after tearing his ACL and his stints in Dallas and Washington, Kristaps has failed to reach the heights he once had. Now he is playing for the Celtics and is a big reason why they're in the NBA Finals. It started in 2015, a unicorn-type player that could shoot and defend very well at 7'3". Thon Maker was a mystery player heading into the league. Coming from South Sudan, not much was known about him, even his real age was a mystery. Despite that, his potential was too good to pass up in 2016, and the Bucks selected him with the 10th overall pick in hopes of forming a dynamic duo with Giannis. With his 7-foot stature and his length paired with some shooting ability, his potential was through the roof, especially with him coming to the NBA at such a young age. He even claimed that he would be an MVP, and many fans believed in his potential. Despite this, he never panned out in the NBA and was out of the league at just 23. He was another prospect that was an anomaly, a big that had the potential to do it all on offense while providing some great defense. It seemed over the past 2 drafts the NBA was leaning towards a big-oriented game, and this archetype of player would be able to dominate. Young centers like Kat, Jokic, and Embiid were also pushing this movement. In 2018, there was a center out of Texas that was getting some massive hype. Mo Bamba was a fan favorite heading into the league as many fans, including myself, had believed in his potential and his ability to become a superstar in the NBA. His premier shot blocking at Texas drew comps to Rudy Gobert, but his more developed offensive game, especially from 3, became more appealing. After Gobert won a couple of Defensive Player of the Year awards, being branded as Rudy Gobert with a jump shot was massive. Even a hit song was made in his name. Didn't hurt to get drafted by Orlando, who had a history of drafting generational big men. However, Mo never really worked out in the NBA. His shot blocking was there in some sense, but his offensive game never really translated. Unfortunately, he became a bust, and the thing he will be known for is the song. I really wish he panned out in the NBA, as he was one of my favorite prospects of all time. In that same 2018 draft class, we got the son of former NBA player Bol Bol. He before Wemby is the closest thing we got to the final evolution of what we see today. A truly versatile big that can ball handle, shoot from 3, and defend the rim at a decent level. He is the true prototype to Wemby. Standing at 7'3" with all the potential in the world, Bol Bol has shown flashes over the course of games many times that he can be at all-star level. He has those jaw-dropping plays and crazy highlights, but isn't consistent enough to be a star or even a starter. His potential is through the roof, and after a really solid season in Orlando, it looked like his career was going up. But after injury and signing with the Suns, he quickly has fallen off. I hope for the best for Bol Bol, and I still believe he has the potential as he is just 24. For the last player in this 2018 draft, Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best shot blockers and defenders in the league. He has already won a deep boy at just 23 and is a decorated career at just 24. Coming out of Michigan State, his main selling point was his versatility on defense and on offense. He was one of the first stretch 5 along with Kat and Jokic. However, Jackson is way better at defense. He's improved every year in the league and shooting a respectable 34% from 3 for his career and providing 2 blocks a game. While I think Triple J is underrated and underappreciated, his influence alongside Kat and others can't be denied. His ability as a center to be great on both sides is such a rare ability. He's everything Mo Bamba was supposed to be, but the only issue is that he's 6'10". Not a giant in the NBA, while his skill set is undeniably value at a taller height, he would be unbelievable. In 2021, the Cavs decided to draft their big man of the future with Evan Mobley. Similar to Mo Bamba, the draw to Mobley was his defense and his offensive game being able to transfer to the NBA. Being able to stretch the floor and defend at a high level became more appealing now because of the success of centers like Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, and Kat. In his rookie season, his defense was there and he was solid at offense as well. In his second year, he was already top 3 in DPOY voting and made an all-defensive team. His defense at his size is invaluable, as he isn't just a shot blocker, but he can also guard the perimeter as well. Season, although injured, played very well again. However, the question is how his offensive game can take a leap. As he has remained consistent on offense, people are wondering whether he can tap into his potential and take that offensive leap. His three-point shooting hasn't really translated, but his scoring ability and his playmaking is solid. Mobley is one of the final pieces of the puzzle for Wemby to come and dominate the league. The 2022 draft was headlined by Paolo, Jabari, and Chet. However, the player that had the most potential was Chet Holmgren. He was a true ball handler and could be the focal point of an offense. At 7'1", his offensive abilities were invaluable. Not only could he make threes and create his own shot, but he was a true ball handler that could run an offense if he wanted to. His defense and shot blocking was obviously there. The only criticism was his weight, as many people thought that he would get injured. After a freak injury over the summer, he missed his entire rookie season, confirming people's biggest fears. But after having an amazing rookie year only to get overshadowed by his final evolution, those fears are gone, as he played every game of his season, including the playoffs, and helped the Thunder become the first seed. His size, his potential is limitless again, and I'm excited to see how he'll improve into his third season. Now we get to Wemby. After going from shot blockers and spacers to full-on ball handlers at the center position in general, a 7'4" Wemby was ready to dominate, and that shows what he did his rookie season. He's the culmination of what the NBA in the center position has been headed for the past 9 years. He's the most skilled, most NBA ready, and has the highest potential of any NBA player in history. He has the shot blocking ability of Mo, Triple J, and Mobley, but at his 7'4" frame he's able to take it to the next level. He has a 3-point shot of Kristaps and Triple J, but his shot is unblockable, giving him good looks everywhere on the court. Wemby is a one-of-one player and an alien in NBA history, but he is the final product of everything the NBA has been building towards. Tall NBA players that could do everything on the court. Just as the league was looking for their next NBA superstar after LeBron, Steph, and KD, an alien came to invade and dominate for the next 15 years. Before we end this video, I do want to highlight some other players that have contributed to this evolution but weren't in this main timeline. KD is the most obvious answer. He was the original versatile offensive superstar at 7 feet, but his defense isn't there. Regardless, his influence is unmatched. Jokic, Kat, and Embiid are the big three when it comes to ushering in versatility for centers in the NBA. They each brought out their own element to the NBA that their influence is unmatched. Dirk Nowitzki has left his influence on the NBA forever with his shooting ability at his frame and being the number one option. Kevin Love and Chris Bosh were at the same, just at a smaller level. And lastly, even though not a big, Steph Curry had the biggest impact as he forced the NBA to become more three-point oriented and positionless. Wemby is the culmination of all these players' influences and is the final evolution of what the NBA has been heading towards for the past decade. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe and leave a like.